Hello everyone. Today we shall start with a new chapter called process costing. Achha, before we start off with any sums, let us first understand what the thing is process costing. Okay. Achha, it's a part of your costing syllabus. So costing means to identify or to calculate the total cost. Okay. So costing, here we are doing costing of a process. That means we are calculating cost of process. But what is this process? Suppose, let us take an example, or rather let's look at this. I introduced raw materials. What did I introduce? I introduced raw materials. This raw material went into a process of production. Process 1. Okay. It got converted into WIP, work in progress. Then it went through another process, process 2. Then we got another WIP, work in progress. Then it went to process 3. And finally we get the finished goods which we sell in the market and earn income. Okay. Achha. Process 1 ka output. Process 1's output is becoming the input of process 2. Output is becoming the input of process 2. Similarly, process 2 ka output is becoming the input of process 3. And finally, process 3 ka output is becoming finished goods. Now, there is no such standard that there will always be 3 processes. There can be multiple processes, much more processes, 5, 10, 6, or minimum as 2 processes. Okay, fine. Now this depends upon the kind of material you are manufacturing. Achha, in what kind of industries process costing is applied? Process costing is applied in manufacturing industries. Okay, where we are manufacturing huge number of products. Okay, we are manufacturing in bulks and similar or homogeneous products. Fine. Is it clear? We are manufacturing in bulks and we are producing similar or homogeneous products. For example, let us take chemical industry. An example of chemical industry, say soap. We take mining industry. An example of mining industry, say coal. Okay. So what is process costing? Process costing is applied in those manufacturing industry where similar or homogeneous products are produced in bulks. Fine. And for example, soap manufacturing industry, coal industries, they apply process costing where raw materials, means this raw material will get converted to finished goods, not directly, means not through a single process. It has to go through a multiple process to get converted to finished goods. Okay, when a raw material has to go through multiple processes in order to become finished goods, fine, those industries uses process costing. Fine. Okay. And how do we ascertain the cost of these products? Cost at the end of each accounting period. Okay, cost at the end of each accounting period is added. Cost at the end of each accounting period is added. Right? Now maybe in one accounting period the raw material went through two processes only, and after that the accounting period gets over. Fine. We'll find out the cost of these two processes, and if in that accounting period the raw material went through all the three processes, which is 99.9% of the cases things will be like that. In an accounting period the raw material will get converted to finished goods. We will simply add the cost. Means process 1 का cost, process 2 का cost, process 3 का cost, तीनों का cost add करके the amount that will get, the cost that will get at the end will be my cost of the product. Right? Is it clear? Concept of process costing is clear. Raw materials, you are giving raw materials to process 1. Process 1 is giving out output. Output of process 1 is becoming input of process 2. Process 2 is again giving output. Output of process 2 is becoming input of process 3, and finally output of process 3 is becoming the finished goods. Okay, so this is the concept of process costing. Acha. A very common question that comes in the CU exams is regarding in what kind of industry this process costing is used. I have given an example of two, chemical and mining. Okay, I'll give you a list of the industries where process costing are applied, or rather I'll say it over here only. The kind of industries where process costing is applied, because this is a very common question that gets asked in the exam, and even you should also know. Fine. Okay, so what are the kind of industries where process costing get applied? Chemical industry, I told. Number 1. Chemical industry means, example of chemical industry: soap, paints, drugs, etc. Then we have mining industries. Mining industry has coal, or say oil refining, excuse me. Next we have public utility service industries. Public utility service industries मतलब क्या हुआ? The water supply, gas and all that are known as public. If you cannot remember this name, public utility service, then you can simply write generation of gas. Generation of power, generation of power, gas, water supply, gas supply, water supply, etc. Okay, etc. Next, other kind of manufacturing industries. What are those? They are textiles. In textile also a raw material passes through different processes. Textile, cement industry. Many times what happens, they give the name of this industry like cement industry, generation of power, and they will give construction of building. Okay, they will give an example of job costing, and they will ask you to identify which industry falls under which process of costing. For construction industry you will write contract costing. For cement industry you will write process costing. Fine. So you have to know the examples. Fine. Cement industry, then sugar industry. That is why I am discussing with this, otherwise I wouldn't have discussed this theory portion. iron and steel industry, etc. Okay. So these are the kind of industries, these are the examples of the industries where process costing is applied. Please make a note of this industries in your copy. Just don't leave it over here in the PDF page that I'll send. Positively make a note of all these industries. This portion is very, very important for your CO exam. Pakad ke chalo ke this portion is coming. Okay. Either they will ask you to give the examples, you'll just need to write these names of process costing, or they will pick some names from here, some from process, some from contract, some from batch, okay, some from operating costing, and they will ask you to mention the type of costing over there. Okay, operating costing is left, but that is a very small chapter. We can complete it in 1 or 2 classes, no issues. 1 or 2 video will be enough for process costing. So next, let us start with the sum of process costing. What does the sum says? One second. Sum says a product passes through three processes. What are they? Process A, process B, and process C. The raw materials are added in all the processes. Fine. In all the processes we had raw materials. Raw materials were freshly added in all the processes. During the month of January 2012, the finished product was 1000 units. The following informations were obtained from the accounts for the month of Jan 2012. Here the accounting period is not a year. Here the accounting period is only a month. Fine. Only for January 2012. Now that will vary. It can be accounting period, can be for a month, can be for 6 months, can be for year, can be for quarter, anything. It depends upon your wish to find out the cost. Suppose you want to find out the cost of a month, so your accounting period will be of a month. Suppose you want to find out the cost of a year, then your accounting period will be a year. Fine. So the choice of accounting period will definitely vary. So here we have three processes: process A, process B, and process C. As I have told you, output of one process means process A's output will be process B's input. But apart from this input from process A, process B has fresh direct material input of 1500. That means simply process B has two kind of raw materials. One is fresh input of raw material and another is process A ka output. Okay. Similarly, process C may be process B ka output will go. Process B ka output will be process C ka input. Apart from that, process C will purchase another fresh raw material of rupees 1500. Okay, let us start with the sum. First, we will start with process A. Since it is an account, it's mandatory to write debit and credit. Don't even forget. Please don't forget to write this debit and credit. So what is the first thing that we need to write? 2 direct materials. How much direct materials? 3000. Acha, I have made 3 columns, no? Oh my god. One will be unit, another will be cost per unit, another will be total cost. Similarly here as well, one will be unit, one will be cost per unit, and here it will be total cost. Achha. How many output are we producing in a month? In a month we are producing 1000 output. Fine. So all these costs are incurred for producing this 1000 output. You wanted to produce 1000 units of soap in month of January. So in order to produce this 1000 units of soap in the month of January, you had to incur all these expenses. Okay? So We first write direct material. Total cost 3000. For producing how many units? 1000. So in the unit column we'll write 1000. Okay. So cost per unit comes to 3 rupees. How? 3000 divided by 1000. Need not to mention, but still I told, if by any chance you forget, then we write direct wages. What is the amount of direct wages? Okay, direct wages is coming to 1500. Okay, so here we write 1500. For how many units? 1000 units. So cost per unit comes to 1500 divided by 1000, 1.50. Next is manufacturing overhead. Manufacturing overhead is coming to 1500. So here we write 1500. So here I put 1500 divided by 1000. So it comes to 1.50. Clear this portion? Please see carefully. We have first written direct material. Direct material how much? 3000. For producing how many units? 1000 units, right? So your cost per unit comes to rupees 3. Achha. Direct wages is how much? Direct wages is 1500. For producing how many units? 1000 units. So your cost per unit comes to 1.5. Manufacturing overhead is how much? 1500. For producing how many units? 1000 units. So your cost per unit comes to 1.5 again. Fine. Okay. This is my entire cost of producing 1000 units to process A. So my total cost comes to 1500, 1500, 3000 plus 3000, 6000. Cost per unit comes to 6 because my total unit is 1000. Okay, done. This is what? This is the cost of my entire output. Output will go over here, but this is not my finished product. This will go to process B. Output transferred. How much? 1000 units, 6 रुपया करके 6000. ठीक है, we close this account. 1000 units, 6 rupees, 6000. ठीक है. Now from process B we transfer this to process A. What we need to debit and credit. Okay. So here in process A we have written by process B. Oh, I'm sorry, so process B. So here in process B we'll write to process A account. How much? Here also units. Cost per unit. Cost. Here also same thing, we write units. Cost per unit. Cost. So process A. Here we write 1000 units. Here we write 6. Here we write 6000. Okay. Then we write down the cost of process B. Materials, wages, manufacturing overhead. Okay. So here we write two materials. How much? 1500. For how many units? 1000. So 1.5. Then direct wages 3000. The two direct wages 3000. For how many is 1000 units? So here it comes 3. Then here it is manufacturing overhead 4500. So here we write 2 manufacturing overhead 4500 for 1000 units, so it's 4.50. ठीक है. Now this is my total cost of manufacturing the product in process B. So total cost निकालो. $1,000, 6, 7, 7.5, 10.5, 14, 15. ठीक है. Then it's coming to 15,000. Here 1,000, 15, 15,000. And here we'll write that this is the output. In which process the output will go? The output will go to the next process, that is process C. Output transfer. Is it too difficult? It is not at all difficult. It will become difficult when there will be introduction of normal loss and abnormal loss. Okay, otherwise without abnormal loss, normal loss, abnormal loss and equivalent units, of course, process is very simple. And luckily equivalent unit came last year. So since equivalent units came last year, so there is a very minimum chance that equivalent units will be coming this year, because equivalent unit is really difficult. Okay, after process B is done, we will start process C. Fine. Achha, for process C, look, direct material cost. Wait. Direct material cost is how much? Direct material cost is 1,500. Direct wages is how much? 5250. Manufacturing overhead is how much? 5250 again. ठीक है. So here we write process C. Process C account, debit, credit. Fine. Achha, where did we end over here? We ended in process B and we wrote over here by process C account. In process B we had written by process C account 1000 units, 15 and 15,000. So here in process C we will write to process B account 1000 units, 15 rupees, 15,000. अच्छा, इसका मतलब क्या है पता है? 1000 यूनिट्स 15 इंटू 15,000 यूनिट्स को मैन्युफैक्चर करने के लिए तुम्हारा कॉस्ट पर यूनिट खर्चा हुआ 15 रुपीज़ एंड तुम्हारा टोटल कॉस्ट है 15,000. ठीक है. मीन्स in order to produce 1000 units, your raw material went through two processes, process A and process B, and the total cost in process A and process B was 15 rupees. Means cost per unit was 15 rupees and total cost is 15,000. Now we will add two materials, two direct materials, two labor, two overhead. ठीक है. खर्चा क्या था? मटेरियल का 1500 ही था as far as I remember. Material wages, एक second, wages was 5250, overhead was also 5250. So you simply write it over here. Labor 5250, and overhead as well 5250. ठीक है. So your total cost comes to 5250, 11,500, 13,000, 12,000, 12,000, 15,000, 27,000. Here I write 15 rupees and here I write 1000 units. ठीक है. अच्छा, इधर पे क्या लिखेंगे? यूनिट्स, then we'll write over here cost per unit, and here we'll write cost. Okay, so this is my finished stock. Means after process 3 my goods manufacturing is over. This is the cost of my finished goods. So here we'll write by finished goods account or finished stock account, output transferred. How much? To manufacture 1000 units, you incurred, oh I'm sorry, this is not 15, it will be 27. I incurred 27 rupees per unit, and my total cost comes to 27,000. Clear? Acha. Okay. One more thing. Please don't be too happy that the sum was very easy. This kind of sum will definitely not come in the exam, and if it comes, then you are very lucky. This sum I did just to explain you the concept of process costing along with the theory of process costing. Okay, so it's so easy sum, don't expect it in the exam. So we'll be starting the mainstream sum from the next video. Okay, thank you all.